It can't help it. It's like a disease. I had another girl try that in a group that I was in. I run another group. It's called Black Women Promote, and there's 26,000 Black women in that group. And but there's issues in it because when you put a whole bunch of Black women in a group, anything's about to happen. Anyway, there was a girl I did this thing with on I think it was somewhere on YouTube. I did something with her. Because I sometimes lend myself out to do productions with other creators, and she was an author. I've done several productions with authors where I'll come out and I'm their MC and I'll host something for them that they like a webinar or something like that. So, I do that, by the way. So I do that. So, this one girl, I did her thing. And at that time, I was using StreamYard, and it was like the side to side with StreamYard. And I don't know what it was I said, what I did, what it was, because I had already done so much work for this girl. You have no idea. I'd set up groups, I had done all this work, and she went after the fact, after I'd done my work with her and got her money back. And to this day, I don't trust Stripe. Why? Because there's no way you're going to put in that many hours and they still did not get my money. And I'm like, you're more dedicated to the buyer than the buyer than you are to the seller. So I work with PayPal. I need someone who's going to protect me, the seller. And I don't feel like Stripe protects the seller. So I have zero respect for Stripe. They let that woman get away with a crime, in my opinion. She got way, way more than $199 worth of stuff. When I say way more, I'm talking hours and hours and hours. I personally, I think, put out that amount almost. I got nothing out of that except a bounce fee at my bank. And that was something. And then on top of all of it, so she tried to come into the group, go to the girl who created the group that I'm an admin of, and tried to like, I guess I tried to do like a Cardi tried to do to me before, right? Try to create some kind of havoc or mutiny within the group. But this girl was like, Adrian, do you want to sit down and have a talk with her? And I was like, no, no. She doesn't warrant my time, my energy, or my respect. And unless she's got my $199, I ain't got nothing to say to her. She's already taken almost way too much of my energy, and I refuse to give her any more. And I closed the book, and I refuse to talk with her. And the girl who owns the group removed her from the group. Why did they remove her from the group? Because if you're bold enough to go to one of the admins and basically steal $199 of services from them, how could we trust you to use the services of anyone else in that group? Who else would you do that to? Who else would you put in a situation where their rent might not get paid? Because you felt like you didn't get what you wanted, but only a certain amount of services offered for $199 anyway. And her video is still up somewhere. I've tried to get rid of it as many places as possible, but I couldn't. Plus, I think I had built her a website. I mean, you guys have no idea. I gave her like a website. She was on the podcast, on Spotify. I mean, she got so much. And even with that, she still came for me. And this is what I'm saying. There's some people, they will not stop until they ruin everything. We had to remove her from the group because she wasn't going to stop. Here's the funny thing. And this is, you guys are going to think this is weird. But before she did this, I forget which one it was. It was a tarot reader literally told me someone was going to use my services on purpose and try to say that they weren't happy just to try to mess with my reputation. And darn if that girl didn't do it. And so when it happened, I was like, it's one of the reasons I refused to meet with her. But I was in shock that it played out exactly as someone had predicted. Exactly. And some people will do that. They will use your services just to give you a negative review, just to cause a problem, or, whatever, just to mess with your energy. That was why I originally had mentioned it. It's because I feel like that's what this young lady, who I think is Cardi, did. That she harvested people's energy. Some people get off on that. There's the harvesting of the energy, which a lot of the narcissists do, but there's also the destiny swapping. Some of them try that. Maybe that's what this girl was trying to do. Maybe get me out of my position so she could try to squeeze it. I don't know. I've never seen her again after this effect. But it was the idea that there are people out there that are that dark, deep, and negative, and competitive, some of them. And I don't know what it was that she thought she felt from me, but whatever it was all stuff brewing inside of her, because I didn't have nothing. I was just trying to get there on time, do what I had to do. I mean, I think it was like it didn't start exactly on time, but I'm the one who set up the groups where it was broadcasting to. So nothing was going to happen until it broadcast. We went there anyway. Plus, everything was set up so that it didn't matter if you were on time that day. It was going to be broadcast again and again and again and again forever. She didn't see the value in what she was getting. To this day, I'm still trying to delete when I find that. I still find it places. It's crazy. So anyway, I hope that you understand that story as well, and why you really need to protect yourselves online. I guess in a way, that's really what the basis of my story is that we really need to protect ourselves online, because there are power energy harvesters out there, fake frienders, and energy harvesters. That's what they do. They they feel like they want to reduce you down to make them to build themselves up. They get off on it. I mean, hell, that's what the whole thing, what was it, when people were catfishing was about. Some of those people, they were catfishing people just to bring them down, just to make them feel bad, just to get them. Like they did something to my ex-girlfriend back in 2013 or something. And you're like, huh? You would take someone through all of that because not everybody is normal. Not everybody is decent. Not everybody can be trusted. And a pretty face doesn't always mean it's a pretty soul. People need to be more cautious. Um, anyway, I just thought I would share my story. And now you know all about the backstabbers, the fake friends, the harnessing of the energies, and the fake friendships and all that kind of stuff. Now you know. And I'm sure if that person was doing that with me off of Facebook because of a Mafia Wars group, I can only imagine what in the world is going on in Hollywood and in the music industry. Because if you got one person in the music industry like that, ooh, she done drove Nicki Minaj crazy. I'm just, oh man, I just got, like I said, I just watch now because I just want to see how far she takes it. Like, wow, it's wow. Anyway, interesting story, right? You heard it here. I mean, like I said, it's all alleged, but I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the right girl. Anyway, I didn't talk off my lip gloss. I'm out of here, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.